Okay, well, the Kellogg Company started as the Toasted Cornflake Company in 1906. And always people wonder why Battle Creek, my hometown, is the cereal city. And actually the reason is religion. My family, my father, John Preston Kellogg, who came from Massachusetts to Michigan and finally moved to Battle Creek because he was converted to the Seventh-day Adventist religion. And because of that, later on, the Kellogg family were very active in the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Battle Creek, run by the Adventists. And because the Adventists are vegetarians, this is where the cereals were invented. Cornflakes were invented at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. The Sanitarium came up with a product, they called it nut butter. Today we call it peanut butter. It was invented at the Battle Creek Sanitarium in my hometown. And then finally, they coined the word granola at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. And so my family, we working at the sanitarium, I worked for 25 years for my brother, John Harvey Kellogg, at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. I wanted to get into the business of selling cereal around the country. My brother, John Harvey, wasn't for it. He was a surgeon. This is a hospital. We're not going to peddle cornflakes. But I managed different ways to finally start the Toasted Cornflake Company in 1906. And I'm actually quite proud of myself and my competitor, C.W. Post. We changed the eating habits of this country. Prior to cereal, a mother, maybe it took her an hour to prepare breakfast for her family. After we came into the business, you could take a box off the shelf, pour it in a bowl, put milk on it, and the kids had breakfast. And I think it really changed things. And the big thing I always like to tell people, and we talk about it, and I copied my competitor, C.W. Post, it was advertising. Advertising was the big thing. In 1907, after I was in the business for 1 year, I put an ad in a magazine in the United States. It was a full-page letter to the housewives of the United States. And I pleaded with them, please stop buying Kellogg cornflakes, because we can't keep up with the supply. But at the bottom, I put a coupon for Kellogg's cornflakes, and it went over great. The other one I'm very proud of is I put ads in newspapers all across the country telling people, go to your grocery store and wink at your clerk. And if they did, they got a free box of Kellogg cornflakes. And so through advertising and everything, it just grew. It just went wild from 1906 on. I never dreamed I would become a millionaire. I never thought it would happen. I worked 25 years at the sanitarium for very meager wages. But finally one day I was told, you are a millionaire. And I have done all I could to help people, especially in Battle Creek. And I think all you have to do is look around Battle Creek. We have the W.K. Kellogg Auditorium. We have the Ann J. Kellogg School, which my mother was Ann Jeanette Stanley, and I had that built in her honor. We have the Kellogg Airfield, and so forth. So any way I could, I tried to help my hometown of Battle Creek.
Speaking of your hometown.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it. Cereal Fest is coming up soon.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about some of the festivities and all about Cereal Fest.
Well, okay, now I myself do not like crowds. I'm a very private man, but I'm glad the city has remembered me and remembered what made Battle Creek famous. And so I think since the 1950s, they've been holding the longest breakfast table in the world, downtown Battle Creek. And it's grown throughout the years. I remember the early years when people told me that basically it was a long table put together for breakfast, not much entertainment. But I think if people were to come this year, it's going to start at, I think, 8 or 9 in the morning and run all the way to late afternoon with entertainment, plus cereal from Ralston's, from Post Cereals, and from Kellogg's, my factory.
Tell me a little bit about this. So people come down to the festival. Are they going to be able to meet you? Are they going to be able to see you?
Okay, I'm scheduled, and again, this is against my nature, but I'm going to do it. I'm scheduled to be at the stage about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think I was told I'm going to be introduced. And then I wouldn't mind wandering around talking to a few people and answering any questions that they have as they come through. And I'm just proud that I helped to make my hometown as well known as it is. People have told me when they travel to Europe If you tell them you're from Battle Creek, the first thing they say, Kellogg's. They know. And I'm glad that I did all these things for my city. I helped people as much as I could during the Depression. I did everything I could. Many of my employees got coal delivered to their house during the Depression, no charge. I wanted to help them, and so I did it as much as I could.
One final question.
Yes.
At this point, the country is very heavily into health, begins more and more each day. You started out with a lot of conversation about the healthiness of cereal.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, why is it healthy?
Why did you decide to go
Oh, okay,
healthy?
I'll tell you the truth. Is I was raised Seventh-day Adventist. Okay. The founders of the church, James and Ellen White, that's why my father moved here, and then I was born here in 1860. One of their big tenets is healthful living. Exercise, a good strict Adventist, no smoking, no alcohol, actually no spices of any kind, vegetarians. And to be honest now, my brother died at the age of 91 in 1943, John Harvey Kellogg, and I lived till the age of 91. And so there must be something to it. Clean living, I think, and vegetarian, not eating the meat. And I followed this as close as I could. I have eaten fish once in a while. My big home out on Gull Lake, I did love to fish, and I was known to eat a few things that way. But if you were to see my home on Gull Lake, there's two big porches. I would walk the staircase down to the lake every day, up and down, and it's quite a walk for exercise. And like I said, I lived to the age of 91. People may not know it, but I was blind the last 10 years of my life. And I'm always seen with my dog, Rinson, who was the son of Rin Tin Tin, the movie dog, and was my companion. They always think it was a seeing eye dog, but it wasn't. I was just a companion. And when Rinson died, I got a grandson called Rinson II. I knew the trainer in California. And when Rinson II died, I got a female descendant of Rin Tin Tin, and that's the one I had. Her name was Rinette. And when I died, Rinette was with me. And so, exercise, good food, a lot of cornflakes. I think it helps out. But and we have our family a long lived. That's true.